Why am I dancing with that trans person?
All right, so the next one, someone actually linked a different video, but this one I felt I was being baited by because this is the opposite of what I've been saying for quite a while now. But yeah, this person is called The Michaela Show. This video is called Clearing Things Up. I am not male. Is that true? Well, we're gonna have to find out. Yeah, people calling this person male, and they're not very happy. They're not very happy about that. Of course, these sound like... Listen, I disavow. But yeah, The Michaela Show, found this channel today. See what case they make for whether they're male or not. And if it begins and ends with, actually, I was born female, then I'm going to be eating crow, I guess. So, yeah. Nothing says see me as a woman more than the trans flag dyed in the hair. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? That, you know, if you're trans and your colors aren't pink, white, and blue, it's like, shit, how am I supposed to show that I'm in a cult? I guess I can't. But anyway, let's see.
It's your girl, Michaela Copeland here. Today's video is a rant about my last video, the post-trans girl hell, and there's so many people out there in the comments saying that I'm a man when I've actually been on hormones for 49 months. And what I got down here...
49 months. How long have I been on hormones? I don't know how to do, when something's not divisible by 10, it's a bit hard for me to work out because it's 12 months or something. But I've been on them for about 8 years. I don't think I'm female personally. I don't care about people's opinions, it's only their character. The problem is most of the cool, unique looking people tend to be shitty. You say cool and unique, like, it's the kind of thing that looks cool at first, but then when you see about 20 people look exactly the same, it's kind of, okay. This is like a fashion thing. Max from Queer Gossip in 50 years. I don't know, they kind of remind me of like if you took Max and Torrent. Like, I don't want to think about that, fucking hell. Anyway. Anyway. 2 times 24. Jesus. My math is usually okay. I mean, that's almost 100 months. So I've been on hormones longer. So by this person's measure, I'm also a woman, but I don't think I am. Toxic animals have vibrant colors. Funny, it's the same way with people sometimes. Yeah. Avril Lavigne looks rough these days. Okay, I disavow. I'm just gonna keep going.
Here is the notes from when I went to Brighton to see my surgeon, Mr. Lana, who's going to be doing my bottom surgery. And if I just have a look at it, these are the conditions for patients to...
Wait. If you're not male and you're a girl, why do you need bottom surgery?
Placed on the surgical
96 months, thank you. Yeah, I'm beating this person then. Fuck you. I'm joking.
waiting list at Nuffield Health Brighton Hospital. Now, patients will have the following that confirms that the eligibility and readiness criteria for genital reassignment surgery. Number 1, persistent and well-documented gender dysphoria, which I've been on hormones for 49 months. 25th of September will be 6 years. I have legally changed my name. The capacity to make fully informed decisions and to consent for treatment, which...
Well, that's clearly not a problem here, so...
is like my hormone treatment and everything. It's aged over 18 in the UK, which I am 37. No significant medical or mental health concerns, which my mental health concerns has totally disappeared since I've been seen by my gender clinic.
Press X to doubt. I think it's very easy to start transitioning and get into that honeymoon period and get excited and get these whole new people that'll like affirm the fuck out of you and give you attention when they wouldn't before. That's not really sorting your issues though. And what might happen is that when you get less of that, you realize that it's kind of something that you can rely on and then find it difficult to deal with when it's not there anymore. Like, you shouldn't use that kind of thing as a crutch, right? Mickey Mouse. Her voice actually does remind me of someone, but I don't know if I should play it because I think this might be too mean. I'm trying to be nice today. I don't know.
In June 2022, have received at least 12 continuous months of hormone therapy as appropriate to the patient's gender goals, which, as I'm a trans female, that would be, in the case for me, estrogen. Has completed at least 12 continuous months of living in a gender role that is congruent.
Oh, you're the same age. Fair enough. I'm a few years younger, so I'm I'm all good.
To their gender identity, so you're talking about dipole, hormones, social transition and all that. Patient has consented, has
Mental illness everywhere. Yep, true. I like ranting.
obtained 2 signed referral letters from specialists in the field of gender dysphoria and supporting requests for surgery. Unless the patient has a gender recognition certificate, then 1 signed referral letter is acceptable, which I saw Dr. Karen Gurney for my first.
Is this how we're proving we're not male? Is just while I went through the procedures and stuff? Jesus Christ. God, this person actually gets a decent amount of hate. I feel bad in a way. Please send the asteroid now. Of course you are male. Important to understand your body will always be male. You know what sucks is people like this get treated like transphobic trolls when they're actually trying to explain something. You know what I mean? Narcissism. Oof. I feel bad. I don't get anywhere near this kind of shit. I definitely think when people talk about like, yeah, this person's 37, I'm 34. Listen, I'm saying nothing. But yeah, I don't get anywhere near this much hate. And I definitely think, I mean, is the passing privilege to do with it? I don't know, because I don't think I pass. But like, I don't know. I don't push the same mentality that others do. And I think that's also a big factor that the video we were watching before the Harmony one, like, I just don't know if I feel that. I think what people are saying and stuff matters as well, right?
Medical opinion for surgery in March last year, and my other one I saw Dr. Stuart Lorimer the 14th of July last year. Number 8, patients need to be assessed by the consultant surgeon for any contraindications to surgery and assessed for donor site hair removal, which...
This doesn't really prove Barbie's point. Like, yeah, some of these people are hating. Like, comments like this is just someone's trying to explain something else to them, you know? More people trying to explain. This isn't like hatred. And it's not because they're trans. It's because they're saying that they're a female when they're not. I think there's so much more.
I love you, Mary.
The
Doctor
Barbie
Who really has
video.
gone downhill. Christ.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, Morsky, for the $5. Fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't think it proves their point at all. I think that they're trying to remove nuance from a conversation when actually people seem to have a problem with this person asserting certain things. Like if this person was saying, yeah, I'm a male, but I'm getting a bottom surgery. Do you know what I mean? 37 trying to dress like a 12-year-old girl. Yeah, jeez. I mean, listen, I can't pick on this person for that when there's so many others that do it. I don't like it myself. Where I'm quite big boned and I'm like 5'10", I feel like I look like a nonce if I try and dress that kind of way, you know?
was on the 25th of last month when I had to go to...
And I'm not saying this person looked like a nonce. I'm saying that's how I'd feel if I was dressing in a similar way.
Brighton. 10. Patients need to be aware that no guarantee can be given regarding future hair growth in the labia or the neovaginal cavity. Number 11. Patients must be of a suitable weight, usually a body mass index of 28 or below, unless agreed otherwise by Mr. Coker or Mr. Lana, which I'm having Mr. Lana do my bottom surgery. Number 12. Any patient presented with a complex medical history must be investigated prior to any date
Oh yeah, there's no lolly in my house. Fuck that shit. This isn't Vorsh.
for surgery to be offered. The surgeon and anaesthetist must agree that the patient is fit to go forward with surgery, which my weight is perfectly fine. Just before I met Mr. Lana, I did have my weight and my height measured, which I was 178 centimeters, which
That's 5'11", 6 foot.
equates to 5'9.5", and my weight
Oh. Wait. Isn't 183 like 6 foot?
178 centimeters, which
Okay, I need to check something now. I'm so confused. Wait, because is that 5 point something feet? That's not feet and inches. Is it? Why do they make it so confusing? Like, what is the point? Why would you have it be like, do you know what I mean? Like decimal, when inches and feet aren't decimal. Like, oh, fuck this shit. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. They're slightly taller than I am, because I think I'm about 175.
equates to 5'9.5".
Yeah, 183 is 6 foot. So like 178 would be like, maybe I'm 5'9" then, I don't know. I'm sure I'm about 175. Who is this? This is The Michaela Show.
And my weight is 11 stone. Any patient, this is number 12, any patient presenting a complex medical history must be investigated prior to any date for surgery being offered. The surgeon and anaesthetist must agree that the patient is fit to go forward for surgery. Number 13, patients must be aware that the hormone therapy must be stopped 6 weeks prior to the date of surgery to help minimise the possibilities of pulmonary emboli or deep vein thrombosis. Number 14, patients must be aware of the possible complications that can occur due to having surgery and the possible differing.
I might be shorter than I thought, I'm not sure. I'm taller than most women I come across either way.
Cosmetic outcomes. Number 15, patients must sign and return the consent form given out to them at an initial consultation.
Beauty of the Imperials. The thing is, if it just did it in like feet and inches instead of feet and then decimalizing feet, then it'd be so much easier. You know what I mean? I need to stop. This is not even interesting.
Patients must be in receipt of the consent form for a minimum of 24 hours prior to signing and returning the form to the BGR clinic. And number 15, if the patient does not sign and return the consent form to either Mr. Coker or Mr. Lana in the Brighton Gender Clinic at the Nuffield Health.
Yeah, so far it's like one hate comment. You've got constructive criticism, 5'4". You're the same height as Charlie. I'll get Charlie to stand next to me one time and I can make you feel bad. I'm joking. Charlie's height is absolutely fine. I like being with someone a little bit smaller than me, to be honest. I don't mind. If I was with someone that's taller, it's fine, but like, I don't know. I have long like limbs, you know. It's nice to have someone to wrap them around, I guess. Like how you wish to identify as your business. Like these aren't like haters, they're like pure narcissism. Okay, that one is. Someone else being first menstruations, what? Surely this is an actual woman. I don't understand this. The British fault we don't have the metric system. Hey, maybe. I'm just using what I'm taught. Respect people have gender dysmorphia, blah blah blah. You have my pity, but not my sympathy. Yeah, not most of these people aren't even hating. Just sod off and get help. Not all of them are not hating. We saw you hugging the other, did we? Is Charlie male? Charlie is not male. She thinks she wants to be, but she isn't. I'm just getting it in early so that when she comes home and realizes she has no mouse, then you know, I've already been slagging her off.
Health Hospital, a date for surgery will not be offered or allocated until we are in receipt of the signed consent form, which last week I did sign and send off because the original one that they sent me had some.
Is this just about their like upcoming surgery? Because none of this, like clearing things up that you're not a male. I mean, right away, if you weren't male, why would you be having bottom surgery? You'd have a vagina already, surely.
Someone else's details and date signed, which I did call up the hospital to Debbie, who is Mr. Lana's personal secretary, which
learning disabilities. To be honest, I have learning difficulties. But what's happened is, I don't know, it just took me a bit longer to grow up than most people. And I'm at the point where I'm kind of catching up with myself, so.
She did thank me for, and she did send me an email with an attachment for the new form, which I could not do that myself. So I emailed it to another email address, and I forwarded that email to one of the girls who works at Headway, who very kindly printed it off for me, and I managed to sign it and everything.
Yeah, Charlie's a female, lady, woman, whatever. But I tend to use like all pronouns and stuff because she's like non-binary.
You know what else is in this pack is the stuff that,
Like people are usually shocked by that my partner like identifies as non-binary, but I don't. we do talk about this kind of shit, and she gets where I come from, and that's kind of all I care about. I don't care if someone like identifies as non-binary. It's more about the way that this whole ideology gets forced down people's throats, and you're not allowed to say anything about it, you know?
I need. That I've got some of the stuff already, and earlier on today I did get some more of the stuff that I needed, and there is one more thing that I need, which I do need nappy bags, which I will get nearer the time. Some of the stuff that I've already got, like toothpaste and toothbrush and toothpaste, I will be getting a dressing gown sometime. Antibacterial wash, and if you have been in an...
I'm starting to wonder. Well, she mentioned at the start though, but now it's just stuff you need. Like, I don't know. I mean, this brings me back. I had surgery like over 7 years ago now.
Of a hospital for longer than 24 hours within the last year, you will need a CPE test, which involves a swab off my stools, which...
30 quid. So is that what you'd call like a Liverpool millionaire then? Someone with 30 quid? That's a joke.
I will have to take a copy of my results into hospital. These are some things that I need to have at home before I go in, because I will be housebound for 2 weeks, and plus they do not advocate the use of Vagisil or any perfume bath products while you are here. Planned prior to my... Luckily, my friend is dropping me off because she did actually go to that hospital.
Okay, I've been like baited hardcore because fixing her hair. I mean, I can't exactly talk sometimes. I do like fiddle with my hair, especially when it's like down here and stuff, but I try not to. Like, all that kind of repetitive stuff people do, like fiddling with stuff and like bouncing up and down and stuff. I do try as hard as I can not to, but I do worry. Where's the strap? People are not allowed to put things inside me. That's just how it is. Obviously, as a mental disability. Yeah, well, I mean, it's easier to convince these people that they can change their life by becoming female, and easier to make them think that their problems can be solved. They get into like certain communities where they're treated a certain way. They get the kind of attention they wouldn't have as a male, or as a man, should I say. It's quite sad in a way, because I feel like a lot of these people end up hitting a wall. I mean, it happened to me as well, you know.
And Mr. Thomas done her surgery. Tinsaparin, I'm not sure if I said that right, is a small injection that's given to the abdomen, and this helps prevent any blood clots forming. TED stockings, these are knee-high socks that also help to prevent blood clots forming.
Ooh, knee-high socks.
Which I did have to have just over 22 and a half years ago when I was 14, kind of 15, when I suffered my brain injury.
Brain injury as well. Well, as well, and or, I guess. I don't know. It does worry me a bit. Reading in like the WPATH leaks that what it takes for someone to say that they won't treat someone is that they're having like hallucinations in the consulting room. You do raise some questions there. The ones that let them go through this while gatekeeping TRT. Is that testosterone replacement therapy? I don't know much about that. Maybe I should look into it. But yeah, I mean, well, the thing with the NHS is they're happy to operate on whoever, but you're going to have to wait for a long fucking time, so.
Neutron boots. I will wear these for the first 3 days. These are wraparound pads that are placed on your lower legs, and they are attached to a machine that inflates and deflates around your calf. These are used to ensure blood flow to the area is kept circulating, therefore helping prevent any blood clots forming. Intravenous medication, which I've had before, and it's on my wrist. Which if I take these headbands off, it's
Yeah, what's with the scrunchies? This reminds me of. Does anyone remember the Visco girl thing? That was like a meme for about 10 minutes, and he had these people like with scrunchies all up their arms, being like stuff like that. You know, that's what it reminds me of.
It is about there or about there, which I did have the week before Christmas. And this is given to clear the lower part of your bowel, and it's given to reduce the risk.
Okay, she puts the paper down right around here, so I guess we'll just play it out.
For surgery to the bowel. 25th of September will be 6 years I've legally been McKay. The antibacterial sponge will be given a gown, and
we're gonna do GRS and this person's unstable. Yeah, I don't. You know, I'm not. I hope I'm being like sensitive and I'm not just making fun of someone. You know what I mean?
TED stockings and all jewellery must be removed, which, as you can probably see, I've had all my jewellery taken out because 2nd of September I am having my breast augmentation.
Breast augmentation as well, wow. I've never had one of those.
And yeah, so if anyone that's out there is still calling me a man, I've been on hormones for 49 months.
Well, the thing is, why have you been on them? If you were female, you wouldn't have been on hormones because you'd just be female. It is what it is. I don't know. People need to change the way I think about this. And if I end up saying stuff that's blunt and seems a bit mean, then that's just how it is. Ultimately, if you weren't male, you wouldn't be taking hormones. You wouldn't be reading through all this stuff about surgery. I've come across this person before, and it surely can't be ethical to castrate someone so obviously vulnerable. Like I said, I've read the WPATH leaks. One surgeon's line in the sand was someone fucking hallucinating, you know? And there was another entry about someone with DID, like with all the personalities, you know, the TikTok version. And they're talking about, well, if they've got that, you know, I guess you have to work on getting all the different alters to consent to the surgery. It's like, what are you doing? Like, this person should not be. Fuck me. But the other thing is, people become convinced that that transitioning solves all their problems. This person said it themselves, you know? And that's dangerous. Because when circumstances change from whatever it is that's making them feel better, they're not going to feel better anymore. I've experienced this very thing. And I'm like a tough person. I'm not the kind of person that will get brought down completely by something like that. But it's not easy. And often reframing your perspective is the only way to deal with it. And, you know, I think things like oppression are really just a matter of perspective. A lot of people could very easily realize that their conditions are not fucking oppressive. It's just a bit harder because they're trans, and that's just kind of how it is, because we're bucking a norm, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
25th of September will be 6 years I've legally been Michaela. I'm fully socially transitioning.
Legally, a deed poll is just a piece of paper. I mean, you could print something off and then like give it to your bank and all your other places that you want to change your name at. So I don't, unless they've also had a GRC, which even then, you're legally female. That's not the same as being female, right?
I had no male clothes whatsoever. I got rid of them in 2019 after my dad kicked me out because I'm not going to wear them again. So what's the point in having them? And socially transitioning. September will be 6 years I've legally been Michaela. I'm fully socially transitioning.
Ah, okay. So we talk about it being social transition, I guess. And now it's just another milestone, I guess.
I had no male clothes whatsoever. I got rid of them.
I have no male friends whatsoever. Jesus Christ. I honestly would like to know who this person has been hearing from and like what kind of mentality they've been surrounded by. Dresses like the crush they had in high school. It's quite common with trans people again. You know, if I wanted to be mean, I feel like I'd be singling this person out for something that is not just because it's this person, you know?
In 2019, after my dad kicked me out because I'm not going to wear them again. So what's the point in having them? And as you probably can see, I have totally changed everything because as I'm a transgender female,
What about all your cells that have those XY chromosomes in them?
I've had to change my whole life around, and I may have lost my family, but I have gained so much within the
and like lost my family. Like, my guess, we're going to hear what she's going to say. My guess, she's with some kind of community or other, has people around her affirming her. And, you know, if you're being nice to someone, they're more likely to agree with you on stuff, which is a shame, because someone being nice to you doesn't mean they're being truthful to you or have your best interests at heart. And that's another thing that people need to fucking understand. Like, so many trans people will watch people like fucking Alec Gunter or someone like that because they say nice things about certain kinds of trans people. And it really is that simple. It's that easy to manipulate someone, especially if they have, like, you know, mental health or learning difficulties, you know? Kicked out at 32, yeah. I mean, hey. Is this the kind of person I judge for living with their parents? I don't know.
The trans community, and we do also...
Yep, there we go. The trans community. This person 100% has had someone filling their ears with bullshit, and now we hear that regurgitated. It's sad, in a way. I think trans people are better than this. But, like, how am I supposed to... how are you supposed to tell people they're in a fucking cult, you know what I mean? Like, how do you do that?
Each other as videos. We do see each other as, like, family. If you haven't done so already, do press the...
Okay, I mean, I'm trans. Maybe I'm part of a trans community watching this. She might not feel the same way about me, but hey, I just think differently to most people, I guess.
like button, because it does help spread my...
Thing is, people aren't belittling. In fact, I'm more interested in safeguarding. Yeah. I mean, listen, some of these comments are just kind of hateful, like just spit and bile at people. But some of them really are not like that, you know? And you can't really call someone a hater when they're just giving a different perspective. And you can't really say that someone calling you a male when you're a trans woman is transphobic because you're a male person. Like, that's just a statement of fact. And calling a male person a he is just what we do, you know?
channel throughout all YouTube, press the subscribe button and turn that bell notification on so that when I...
Oh, in my chat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't control my chat. I don't know. I've had the odd person whine about me not controlling my chat, but I don't really feel the need to. People are going to express their opinions. And like, yeah, people do feel bad for them. It's not just about hating, you know. Lots of parents get cut off by adult children who cannot bear to listen to genuine parental concerns. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they say they got kicked out by their parents. It's the same with a lot of them. There's one thing I'm really tempted to watch that highlights a lot of this and how we get given these like skewed narratives about parents kicking trans people out, which some of them probably do in a really shitty way. And I feel bad for those people. But everyone talks like they're one of them. And sometimes it's because they don't accept like a dogma that they're pushing, you know? Larry and Andy Wachowski are trans femmes. Me using XXYY's terminology framework. I don't know. Is it trans femme because trans femme is less like female or something? Like feminine, you're just taking on a certain energy or something? I'm not sure.
Make a new video, you will be notified. Do please leave a comment down below. Oh, there is one more thing as well that I completely forgot to mention. On the 19th of March, when I got my gender recognition certificate, which means I am legally female.
Wow, this person is more legally female than I am. I don't have a GRC. I doubt I'll ever get one. So, you know, I don't know. I'm me, whatever a piece of paper says, you know what I mean? And, you know, I don't know. I'd never made such rude comments to an individual. Aw.
I did have to call up the place where you get your birth certificates because when I got my GRC, I'm entitled to an updated birth certificate, and I did have to call them.
Updated birth certificate. See, I think this is wrong. I don't think this is right at all. I don't think we should be changing people's birth certificates to pretend they're female when they're just not. I pause at the best friends. Yeah, all the time. That's why making thumbnails isn't too difficult. Surgery means this person will be needlessly dependent on exogenous hormone medications. Yep, it's a lifelong thing. You are, in fact, a lifelong patient. It's true of me. I have had surgery. I don't produce anything naturally. Quite likely needing a carer. Maybe, yeah. I don't know this person's circumstances, I guess. They said about a brain injury. Trans femme means you include femme non-binary identity. Oof. Yeah. I don't, yeah, I don't know.
To arrange my new birth certificate, and I'm just playing a waiting game. It will cost me £12.50 for a new birth certificate, which is what I really want. So, anyway.
And the thing is, you get your new birth certificate. Do you see a woman when you look at yourself? Are you going to still see a woman when you look at yourself? If you don't have the support network you have? And is it a support network, or is it just people affirming you, keeping you trapped in this way of thinking? I want to break down the essentials of your thought. Why do the chromosomes truly matter in the grand scheme of things? Because they determine your sex, and your sex determines a hell of a lot of things about you. Like, my personality is affected by the fact that I went through a male puberty and have had exposure to testosterone and stuff. I think it matters for loads of reasons. And yeah, there's people that you can't really tell their sex based on chromosomes, but we're already getting to quite a tiny fraction. And usually they still have gametes, you know what I mean?
This is Miss Michaela Copeland of The Michaela Show. Most love to you, wherever you may be in the world. I'll see you very soon, everyone. Bye.
Why? There we go. I'll make fun of her accent, but not the way she looks. That's fair, I think. And people are welcome to make fun of the way I talk. Absolutely. I don't mind. But there we go. Michaela Show. Are they male? To be honest, I do think so. But you ask me, I will say the same thing about myself, because I'm a male. And that's a radical thing to say as a trans person, I guess.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Michaela here. Today's video is about detransitioners in the media.
The thing is, say what you want about someone like this, but this is not raising my blood pressure the way that some of the other shit does. So I much prefer this person's content, actually. This is like kind of relaxing after that.
A lot of people do think that there are hundreds of thousands of detransitioners, which is not the case at all, which I do honestly feel for detransitioners. The only ones that I do not feel sorry for is people like Keira Bell, Sinead Watts.
Yeah, this is exactly the same take that I hear all the time. Oh, I like them, I just don't like the ones that do this. And then they never say fucking anything about detransition except to shit on those people.
And Richie Herron, who, after realising that
Richie Herron was like fucked up by his surgeon. Like, Jesus. Okay.
Transition is not for them. They go on far-right news channels like GB News and Talk TV, and they literally
other news channels won't talk to them. So why do you think they go there?
Try to say that the gender clinics try to force them to detransition, which is not the case, which there is such a long ass time to be seen by a gender clinic in the UK, measured in years. And even before treatment, you have to sign consent forms. You have to show that you are actually transitioning, which is like stuff like depol, social transition, and everything. Absolutely annoys people like me who is generally trans, that make my life so much.
What's genuinely trans?
More harder, which
there's like 60k detransitions on Reddit alone. Yep, the figures on detransition in like studies and stuff is off. It's just off. They don't count things like people who just kind of ghost their clinic and disappear and don't come back. Most of them are probably detransitioning, let's be real. Yeah, but people will parrot the 2%, 8%, whatever fucking number sounds good at the time. It's propaganda. It's just in service of making this shit sound better than it is.
It just absolutely annoys me because myself...
The thing is, I have like a detransition mind, I guess. I'm not detransitioning because I'm fine with what I am. I just don't really see trans as much of anything anymore. I think there was actually a comment, because I watched Mr. Menos live, and someone mentioned me in chat, and he said he hadn't seen my video, and he saw it after because he commented on it. And I think... Oh, hey, we're not going on much longer. This is someone called Michaela Show, but we're just kind of winding down because the last video made me angry. But yeah, I think he found it a bit odd. I've gone through the whole thing and I regard trans as fairly meaningless, but really it mostly is just my perspective changing over time. Michaela has a brain injury, folks, so I'm going to tell if I laugh. Hey, I haven't laughed at her once. I've laughed, but not at her. Listen, we're all cool. Me and Michaela would get along great. Like, who would I rather hang out with? Fucking Michaela or Brigitte Empire? It's fucking Michaela every time.
I've had problems with my family doing conversion therapy on me, which, because I waited for so long, I waited 2 weeks short of 4 years before I could access hormones on the NHS, which I was going private for 2 years. My family has done conversion therapy on me and have tried to force me to detransition, which I will be adding links once again, and it just mystifies me how, like, particularly when I go through surgery, which there is so much checks and balances to make sure it's 100%, which we have to have 2 sign-offs for surgery, which my 2 sign-offs was a psychiatrist at my Jenny clinic, which I saw Dr. Karen Gurney. I had that at the end of March last year, and the middle of July last year, I had my second sign-off for surgery with Dr. Stuart Lorimer, who works for Gender Care, and he also works for the Jenny Clinic in Wales, Cardiff. I had to write down a full load. I had to explain my history of growth.
Corinna Cohn. I have to look into that person. Yeah. So Mr. Mano left a comment on one of my videos. I can show you. So he had a live, and someone mentioned me in his chat like a bit after the first hour, and then he ended up leaving a comment, and I responded to it. And he made another comment about my video after, like, on that same live that he first heard about it, I guess, and said that he feels like we agree on a lot of stuff. And I think it seemed a bit odd, kind of me not thinking trans means anything. Yeah, I went through all the surgeries and stuff, but like I said, it's a case of my, you know, it was 2017 when I had my surgery, man. Like, I've changed a lot since then. My perspective has shifted for a long time, very slowly, if that makes sense. But yeah, hang on, let me find it. Because honestly, I don't agree with him on everything, but like, I have no problem with him. Like, he knows what he's talking about in a lot of ways. Where is it? There we go. Get a passport. There's so much for the world to see. Greeting from the staunch stickler. Because I call him a stickler in the title, which isn't an insult. I mean, when I say he's a gender critical stickler, he's very much, there's men and women. Yeah, it was you, Kitty Cat. I saw it. Yeah, I watched afterwards because I was wondering if it was mentioned in there. And yeah, it was. And I don't know, I quite enjoyed the live anyway, so but yeah, yeah, greetings from the staunch stickler. I mean, I don't know. He knows what English is. He knows that staunch and stickler are not like insults or slurs or whatever. I think I just replied saying like, I hope to one day. Thanks for watching or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. But yeah, thank you, Kitty Cat. That helped actually. I mean, yeah. And he referred to me as a he in his comment, and it didn't bother me at all. I don't know. I still feel like I get that emotional reaction, and it's something I'm trying to break the habit of, because I don't think it's rational anymore. I'm a male person. If you call me a he, I shouldn't get offended by that. That doesn't make any sense to me, you know? 12 viewers haven't liked the stream.
Growing up, my first appointment, I literally, with Dr. Gurney, on the 25th of general detransitioners, because I do feel on YouTube and just reading about online, and both Dr. Gurney and Dr. Lorimer was impressed I had done my research. Yeah, the only thing that does worry me about when I do have my box
Tends to talk about the procedures and stuff a lot, so I'm just going to get to the end and see if there's anything.
with one of the nurses at my Jenny clinic who does blood work. Yesterday I had a call on Microsoft Teams from one of the other psychiatrists who works at my Jenny clinic about getting additional support, because I do not have family support. The only member of the family...
Thank you, Chiefy. I only took you the whole stream. I'm joking. I love you.
My family that I really talk to, my Auntie Yvonne, she lives about a 3-hour drive away in Northamptonshire, and 25th of September will be 6 it is possible to be happy. If you haven't done so already, please.
Okay, I think she mentioned that. Listen, no, Torrin is way weirder than this person. Like, fuck Torrin. What a fucking loser. Like, the only reason I kept on with him so much on like Twitter and stuff was because I wasn't sure that I was genuinely looking at a real person. Like, I guess I haven't met enough people that are like that have no care about evidence or anything like that. They have a viewpoint and that's it, you know? I guess I'm just not used to that. So that was the main reason I kept on at him so much. Like, compared to Torrent, this person does not deserve to be compared to Torrent, okay? That's an insult to this person, quite frankly. Anyway, you got shadow banned. Shit. I haven't been on Twitter recently. It makes me toxic. I don't like most people on there. I don't think it's good for me, honestly. Like, it's good that it's going up a bit, but I don't like who I am on there. And I don't know if I've ever put people off watching me because of my behavior on Twitter. It's entirely possible I have, but I don't know. Anyway, the doctor was impressed. I don't know. I was skipping around, to be fair. I don't want to be mean to that person. They said they had like a head injury or something. Like, oh yeah, nice head injury, bro. Like, that's mean. You know what I mean? There's no point. Oh, the rhymer. Yeah, he mentioned that in the live. I watched pretty much the whole thing in the end. He was live for about an hour or so. I ended up watching the whole thing because I don't know. I quite like him, honestly. I agree with him on everything. And his content, like the style of it feels quite old fashioned to me. But that's, I'm decently younger than him. I probably would think that. And I do the laziest kind of content possible because I just sit here and talk and then stick it on the internet. So I shouldn't really shit on people's work. I don't think Torrin is a bad person. I think he's too stupid to have this conversation. What's the difference? Also, hey, I'm gonna finish in a minute. I don't know. Someone like Torrin, it gets to a point where they're so bad that I lose my ability to feel sorry for them, and I'm usually quite, you know, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I saw a really funny picture on Facebook of a female deer fucking a male deer, and then the same male deer fucking the female deer. Oh, thank you, Amber. Have a good day. The room definitely gives care home vibe. Hey, maybe. I've not been in a care home. I've been in someone's like assisted living apartment before, and that was interesting.